Hello syntax lover. In this video I will be defining what do JDK JRE JVM stands for, and I will also tell you about the compilation and execution process. The following link will be provided to you in the description below. So let's start with this diagram. So I will be creating one new project. So for that, let me open my BlueJ over here and let me create a new project. And I have chosen the D drive. I created one folder called BlueJ, and so let me come to the Windows as well. So this is my D drive, and over here I am going to create a new project. So let me give the name of the project as sample, and as I click the OK button, please do see the background as well. So once I do that, here it creates a new folder by the name called sample, and you find the project name is there in the dialog box title bar. So that means you have created a new project, and here from I have selected that option. So that was the option which I was working on. So what do I mean by the project, or what can you see that is there inside the sample? So let me go inside the sample. As I do that, you will find something called package. So package in Java do play a very important role, and that is basically a folder. So a package in Java, or the sample which I created just now right over here, is basically a folder. So technically a folder can be also termed as package in Java. So that means you have created one package, and what this package is going to have, this package is going to have a class. So here is the option for new class. So once you have created the package, or once you have created the project, now is the time you should go and create a new class. So let me click the new class option over here, and here I'm choosing one particular class name. So I'm giving a class name called test, because here I want to test the compilation process. Okay, so I'm giving a class name by the name called test, and I am clicking the OK button. So again, please keep an eye on the background. As I do that, you can find over here something got created, that is a test.java file. So whenever you are creating a class, the extension of the class is called .java. Whenever you are creating a class, the extension of the class is .java, and in fact Java file name plays a very important role. So the class name is been treated as the file name. So when I created this class name, eventually at the background a file got created by the class name. So class name and the file name is going to be the same. So now let me open the class right from here, and you will find some predefined codes are there which I can omit, and I can come up with my statement of my choice. So I removed all the lines, and here is my code right now. So what I'm supposed to do over here, I'm going to write public static void main. Okay, so we started from the creation of project, and then we created a class, and as we created the project, we saw that a project is just a package, or you can say a folder, and inside the folder you saw a class file got created. And here I am writing a small code to evaluate our program, and my code is ready. Okay, ready to be fired. So if you see, these are English statements, so these are called high level language. Or I can say, let me come to my file, or I can say that before I explain this diagram, let me scroll down over here. I have written a program, that's my source code, which is written in high level language. So this source code, or my dot class file, which is right over here, is basically a statement or syntax that are written using high level language. So once you have done this process, now is the time you will go for compile. So what actually happens when you go for a compile? That what we are going to see. So when we are going to compile it, so here you have seen number of time a button called compile. So have you wonder what actually happens behind the scene when you click this compile? So again, I'm recalling, you started by creating a project, so you got a folder by the name called sample, or the project name. Inside the project you created a class file. From here you got the option for creating a class, and you gave a class name. By that name a file got saved over here, and I've written certain statement using high level language. It is right over here. So this phase is over. Now is the time when I will go for compilation. So once I compile it, I will be completing my second process. So what actually happens? Before you finally come up with the compilation, you need to be careful about one more thing, whether your program has got any syntactical error or not. So let me intentionally create one syntactical error over here. So I'm removing the semicolon. The end of the statement is not done. Semicolon means end of the statement. Now if I go and compile it, see, immediately it says that there is an error, and at the background nothing happens. It's still with those files only. So until and unless you remove the error and there is no syntactical error, your compilation process will not be complete. So your compilation process means your program should be syntactically, there should not be any error. Okay, so now if I click the compile button, please keep an eye in the background right over here, and you will see something popping up. So as I click the compilation, here you find couple of things turn up. One is called test.ctext. This is an extension, and there is another file which is very important to us, that is called test.class. This is a new file that got created. Yeah, this file is also there, but this is something which is very important for us. So let me come back to the note once again. So when we are writing Java compiler, or when you click the compile button, behind the scene what actually got fired is called Java C. Now what is this Java C all about? So for that reason, let me come to this picture now. Once you have loaded JDK, I will provide you the link where I have shown you the installation of Java, JDK and BlueJ. So once we have installed JDK, that is Java Development Kit, you get this whole environment. Inside JDK, there are two subcategories. One is called Java Runtime Environment, and other one is called Development Tool. So inside Development Tool, what you have got many options, but the one which is very important at this point of time for you guys is called Java C and Java. So if someone asks you what JDK is all about, JDK is an application that consists of two processes. One is called Java Runtime Environment, the other one is called Development Tool. Inside Development Tools, we have got Java C. And what Java C is capable of doing? It is going for compile. So when you click this compile button, as you click this compile button, you are basically invoking the Java C command. Let me show you even that also. Okay, so let me come back to this particular folder. So over here I just click this compile button, and that's the reason this class file got created, isn't it? So let me again remove these two files, and let me repeat the same process once again. See over here, as I click the compile button, these two files are getting generated. So if Java C was not there, then this process wouldn't have taken place. Okay, now once you have done the compilation, is it all done? No, it is half done, because compilation means what? It will be creating a new file called test.class, which you saw right over here. A new file called test.class. This is the file which got created, test.class. So what is the relevant of this? This is what called bytecode. That means after you have written your source code in English in high level language, once you complete your compilation process, the resultant is a new file called test.class file. So this .class file is basically a bytecode. That means it has got machine level implementation. This is a high level language. This is a machine level language. This is what your operating system will understand. This is what your system will understand. That operating system can be your desktop, can be your laptop, even can be your mobile phone. It can be even an Android. It can be a Windows operating system. It can be a Linux base. So there are different versions of operating system that is coming up. So when your OS is going to work, it is going to work in your bytecode. So this is your machine level language. So until and unless you have this .class file, it is not going to work. Remember this. So that is getting accomplished because of your Java C. that is provided by development tool. But now the story is not yet over. This is half done, because after this you have to go for another step that is called execute, and for that reason you need this command called Java. I use a word called command over here. I will show you even that also, what do you mean by command over here. So when you are going for source code to dot class, it is the process called compilation. And now when you are running your dot class file with the help of Java command, with the help of Java virtual machine, that process called interpreter. What do I mean by that? I know it sounds bit complex, but slowly and steadily the thing will be much more clear. So I come over here. Now if I right click on this, you have got your main function. So once you click that, you get a dialog box over here. So it is saying method call. It is saying that you're calling your main method. Now why do you do this? Or you know very well that once you do that you get the output, or you might have seen in my previous videos where I create instance. Why do I do that? What is the actual objective of doing so? That's the step when I go for executing my program. So if I click this, I will get the output called testing. That was the program is all about, testing. That output comes up. So unless and until you click this main function, it will not be displaying your output. This is the step where you actually execute your program, and that means this is the step where you are basically running your program one by one, line by line. So once execution is taking place, that is actually done with the help of the command called Java, with the help of Java virtual machine. So that is where the Java virtual machine comes in. Now try to cover up this whole thing. So you have written your program with the help of high level language, and then you go for compilation. Once you do the compilation, you get the dot class file. So let me show you another way of running this program. So let me come back to this particular place, and these two files were created. I remove this file. We created this program using the BlueJ, but now I don't want to click this compile button, because if I click this compile button, these two files will be created. So what I'm doing is I don't want these two files to be created with the help of by clicking this button. Rather, I will show you some other way out. In my video where I've shown you the installation of JDK, I have shown you that how to open the command prompt. So you come to the folder, or you come to the package. So this is the package which we created. This is a project package which we created with the help of this package over here. So now what I'm doing is bring your mouse pointer, highlight the path, and type cmd right on the top of highlighted portion. You will be inside the project folder. See, we are right inside the project folder. Let me clear the screen. We know that we have got Java C already installed over here. You can check the version. It will show you the version, that this is the Java version that is loaded in my system. So everything is working very fine. Now we will go for compilation, but this compilation will be done using the following command, not by clicking this button right over here. So that's the difference which I'm trying to show you, but the net outcome is going to be the same. So I wrote a program using the BlueJ. I saved the program over here. Everything is done, but I'm not clicking the compile button. Rather, what I will do, I will write Java C. What is the file name? What is the class name? The same thing, test.java. So that's what I have written over here. So this is my test.java. Now I hit the enter. You will see a similar kind of output that will come over here. See over here, test.class file got generated, and that is what we were generating through the help of this compile button, and that is what actually your development tool is all about. So development tool helps us to perform the process of compile. Now the last process, that is to run the program, and that's the reason where the Java comes in picture, and this is our byte code. This is the byte code, which is the machine level language. So now we are interpreting. So when your bytecode got generated, we use the compiler, but when we are firing the Java, we are going to do the process of interpreting. So execution means Java command, compilation means Java C command. This whole compilation and execution will be taking place with the help of JRE. So what JRE consists of? JRE consists of three important categories. one is called Java Virtual Machine. See, inside the Java Virtual Machine, these are the 3 points which you need to remember at this point of time. One is called class loader. See, you are writing over here the name of the class, isn't it? So I will write over here the test. So just a minute. So I'm writing over here the name of the class as test. So that is called class loader. Obviously in our program we have seen using variables, we have made use of variables in our program, so that will come also in picture. And then we have to go for execution. So when we are going to execute, it has to take consideration of the package. So this was the folder which we have created, the package comes up with. There are different libraries means you are running different functions, like over here you're writing the main function, you're writing the system.out.println. So these functions has to be invoked. So all these things are taken care with the help of JRE. So if somebody asks you what is JRE, JRE is a combination of Java Virtual Machine. You have to state down the following points that are there in JVM, and over here you have to tell that it includes the package. The package is the folder which we created with the help of our BlueJ, and there from the sample comes up. And runtime libraries, these are the libraries or these are the functions which you can say. And obviously in the coming days we will be seeing more functions. And now let's run the program. As I do that, you are going to get the same output that is there previously we saw it. See, testing. So that means you can run the program using the command line using your development tool. So in this video I try to show you that behind the scene how JDK JRE JVM works, rather what they are made up of, and I also showed you the compilation process. Okay, so this file will give you the detail about the entire stuff. Still, if you have a question, don't forget to put your question in the comment section. Do subscribe to my channel, share these videos among your friends, because I told you we have to secure 100 out of 100. That's our agenda. Okay, thank you so much from this video. Bye bye.